Bueno, buenas. ¿Qué onda, perro? ¿Todo bien, Juan? Bueno, vamos a seguir con este quilombo. Después tenemos que darle al arco, Juan, Vamos a seguir con este quilombito. ¿Y ahora? Ay, ¿qué tengo que hacer? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Ay, me marco ahí, me marco. ¿Dónde está? ¿Qué dice? Cabalgar. ¿Y de dónde saco el...? Ay, que ya me estoy cansando. Uy, 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 uy. Ay, que me siguen. ¿Y de dónde saco un caballo? Eh... esto me van a hacer ghost. No me ven, no me ven. Están muy entretenidos. ¡Allí hay un caballo! ¡Uy, que me siguen!
You pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you!
Uy, 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 vamos, corre, 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 corre. ¡Ay, que no puedo pasar! ¡Ay! Hijo, 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 hijo. ¡Ay! ¡No! ¡No! ¿Qué con eso? ¿Sabes qué? Pero déjame tranquilo. Bueno, me cargo. Continúa.
Pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you Tatar beast! Help! Help!
Minél jobban vergődsz, annál rosszabb lesz, Perryban. Ja! Te! Ja! Ja!
Don't touch me, or I'll kill you!
Ja! Yeah. Kiva, let's let that off.
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream.
Warn the others. They've tore its scallops. Yeah. Flee! Yeah. Run for it! Flee! To Talmberg! Yeah. Ja. Ma pokolban végben! Nyírt ki a francba! Ja! 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 Oh my God! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Help! Scottish has been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Speak up! Speak up!
Hanyo! Húzzunk
They're turning tail! No better than, eh? Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground, slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard.
Oh, sorry.
Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
No sé, yo me tomé el palo, amigo.
I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't
Déjate
recognize.
tirar de eso.
They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Qué hecho pelota, Henry. Caballeras de Tamberg. Robar. Bueno, arrancamos bien, perdimos todo, nos mataron a nuestros hijos. A Teresa tú cagaron fotos, uff. No quedó nadie, aquí no quedó ni el loro. Pero me vengaré. ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Ah. Romna. Ah, toma ahí nomás. ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Hablar con el... ¿Y dónde está? Ah, este.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Tengo que ir acá. Ir a la cocina.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad.
Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master?
Tengo una lija, amiga.
Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, my lady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
¿Qué crees que me meta con ropa y todo a la cama? ¿Qué te pensás? Uy, qué misión. ¿Cómo lo tengo que cambiar? Dice, en el pabellón del patio de dormir allí hasta la mañana. Ok. Ahí por donde salgo, acá. Montar y robar. ¿Qué puedo robar, caballo? Caballo de David. ¡Ah, este es mío! ¿Este no dice robar? Este es...
Damn it, I'm hungry.
Todavía tenía hambre, Saciedad. ¿Tengo algo? Panchito. Sube. Saciedad 39, 49. Como morfa, loco, me sale más barato vestirlo. Energía, saciedad 77 y todavía no sé yo. Uf. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Tiene sueño. ¿Dónde estoy? Pero si me dijo que... Ah, no, acá. Vamos a cerrar la puerta. Esa cosa que... va a servir. ¿Qué dice? Cansancio. Iniciar. Dormir. Una hora, iniciar. Y no sé cuánto tengo que dormir, amigo. ¿Una hora nomás? Partida guardada. Ay, yo la guardo. Sí, pero todavía tengo sueño. Inventario, levantarse, dormir. Acá tengo sueño todavía. Ah, sociedad de energía 54, 60, 66, 73. ¿Cuánta hora querés dormir, amigo? 98, 100 hasta las 8. Uf. Bueno, iniciar. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
Esto me parece raro.
My lady. No, not at all.
Uy,
But what brings you here at this hour?
voy a
I
meter un
thought
quilombo.
Could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either.
Uf.
I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace. To let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry,
Uy.
I know this is all very
Oi.
new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Quizá no puedo hablar de ello, contar la historia del ataque. Ah,
You
quisiera
might be
que...
right, my lady.
¿Y dónde está Harry?
I'll tell you what
Fantasma.
happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Falló el juego, ¿eh? ¿Qué dice? ¡Ay! Fui a la taberna de Bianca. Me reuní con mis amigos de lección. ¡Ay!
A fellow by the name of Kunnish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him.
Pero
Only
qué-
Kunnish had no intention of
Sí,
paying.
no.
It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved. But Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin.
¿Qué está haciendo?
Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
Bueno, la emboqué.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a
estás
sword
sentado,
for
Henry?
Sir Radzig.
Ya tiene upa. Padre, yo hablamos de la vida. Si Israel viene a buscar la espada, vamos a aprender a venir.
The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Horrible, una horda enorme de atacantes con el...
A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Y asesinaron a la dama Bianca. Tuve que defenderme, mataron a mi madre y a mi padre.
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers.
And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another.
Qué
I
perfil.
never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at
Falló el
him,
juego acá,
cut down my father without a thought. And then he
Está
turned on my
enfocando
mother,
muquilada.
and he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it.
Yo no conseguí
I
llegar.
had to find another way to
Maldita
save
salvaje.
myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Townburg and warn you.
Se le dejé a Bianca ir
I was lucky
retirada.
I knew a concealed path around the
Un
castle.
momento, Teresa. Teresa, la dejé colgar. Los comunes estaban saqueando el pueblo. Como se lo hacía Scalici, necesitaba un caballo. Corrí por mi vida y me tomé el palo.
I ran as if my life depended on it, which it did. But my guardian angel watched over me and I made it to the mill below the castle.
It's as well you did. The Lord be praised.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her.
Quería ayudar a la moza del molino, pero no pude ayudar a la moza del molino.
I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to. Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzig, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
Esta me va a meter
My
un
husband
quilombo.
had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king
Vas a ver que me
and sought help from
salí de un
Divish's
quilombo y me voy a
friends,
meter en
but
otro.
all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Que ya lo quiere tirar, ¿no?
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young.
No, Henry, no.
Beautiful.
No, Henry,
The best
no.
years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own.
Sí, sí, mejor porque...
I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Gracias,
Good night,
igualmente.
my lady.
Quieto, Henry, quieto. ¿Ahora sí? Ah, pilluelo. Uf.
Move it, people! Come on, come on, running out of time!
Justo cuando me estaba reponiendo. Eso dolió,
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it?
¿Qué pasó?
What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Un momentito. Ahora sí. ¿Qué? ¿Qué tengo que hacer qué? Voy a salir por las escaleras. Ok. Bueno, no veo nada. Se me está lloviendo. Por acá. ¿Qué hizo? Eso le da esa bomba de capitán. De repente.
Don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my command, and all will end well.
Oh, se viene un quilombo acá, bro. Con esto, con esto.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Está demasiado tranquilo, amigo.
What's happening? Have you heard anything?
No. Could be Sigismund's army, or his scouts. Or maybe Skalitz folk who survived the pillaging. I wouldn't expect nothing good. God be with you.
Pero con quién tengo que hablar con ese. Bueno, ah no, acá.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
May the Lord watch over you.
Vamos a hablar con quién. Ah, no, son supervivientes. Ah, bueno, no. No, queda todo
Who
el
goes
mundo.
there? Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Rubber?
Sir Radzig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep. Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry? It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat. I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened. Messenger? The lad you sent to warn us. He's alive? He made it to you? He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though. God, a brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away? Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left a storm into the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them. Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg? No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you. Well, what will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If
Cagando de frío y el otro está
come,
hablando.
better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Balding.
I see you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to right there now.
Bueno, por lo menos no murieron todos.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols.
Habla. ¿En qué puedo?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes. Yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements, my men?
Was that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
No te hagas loco, Henry, que te van a cagar.
I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. Don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Good luck to you.
Ok. Acabo de hablar. ¿Y dónde está eso? ¿Dónde tengo que ir? Vale. Uy, no veo nada. ¿Qué? Pero ¿por qué? ¿Qué hay acá? ¿Esto se va? Ok. Se va. ¿Qué hay acá? ¡Ay, que sube otro!
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Pasar el tiempo. Esperar hasta la mañana. Ok, este se fue. ¿Dónde se fue? Sentarse, robar. ¿Qué era? ¡Una espada! Flechas. Momento no lo puedo abrir. Un arco. Para el arco. tanga, dijo la changa. Difícil, difícil. Flechas. Flechas. No hay nada acá. Creo que no hay nada. ¡Ay, que me caí! Ah, ¿dónde estoy? Que no ve nada. Vamos a la escalera. Oh, el escudo. Otro escudito. Uf, no veo nada, loco. Usar escalera. ¿A dónde tengo que ir? Quiero que agarre. Ah, me lo puedo equipar, mira. Flechas, 38 flechas. ¿Esto se equipa? Sí. Escudo. 109 es lo mismo. El escudito. Faltaría una armadura, ¿no? Oh. Abrir. ¿Puedo dejar pasar el tiempo? Por lo visto sí. ¿Una hora? Ah, no, hasta el amanecer creo que habían dicho. Acá, a ver.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it!
¿Qué?
Go! Go!
Oh, ¿a dónde? ¿Dónde? Esperar hasta la mañana. ¿Qué pasó? La puta. Me cago. No, Henry, escaparte otra vez, me parece.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings,
El
Lord
pelado.
Tomberg. That's the bastard who led the attack at Scallis and killed my parents.
Te lo flechas ahí en la pelada ahí.
You don't want to end up like them. I am Sir Markvart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
¿Cómo se lo chamucha el hijo, eh?
Am I to inform the king's end that Sir Ratzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Olvídalo. Ah, mira. Uy, la cara de bronca que tiene. Listo, ¿qué vamos? Ah, no, se van, se van. Zafamos.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Cara de guerrica que tiene. Uf. Bueno, compañeros, creo que hasta acá lo voy a dejar hoy. Mañana seguiré, quizás más tarde hago un directo de Ark. Espero que les haya gustado y pronto seguiremos con más. Hasta luego.